surrounded herself with objects of beauty, and her apartment above the Chanel boutique in Paris is a study in contrast. A reflection of the woman herself. Simplicity and sophistication, understatement and luxury. An eclectic mix of sentimental pieces that are a statement of the Chanel lifestyle. She will always be remembered for giving women freedom and options in dressing. Today, the Chanel tradition is updated by designer Karl Lagerfeld, and the image lives on in model Inès de la Fressange.
The Chanel company decided to fix everything, you know, and to show that the Chanel style, Chanel clothes was not done especially for all women and uptight women, and that Coco Chanel herself was very modern and used to do clothes that was very comfortable, and then it was time to show that.
Inès is a perfect example of a woman of the 80s and of the Chanel style. For me today, Inès is Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel is a concept. It's for me something very abstract, you know. She invented a concept you can use for many seasons, many years, and all kind of periods. But for me, Coco Chanel today, it's Inès. I could never do Chanel without Inès, because she's very modern and very classic at the same time, and the perfect beauty, and her attitude, the way she moves, and everything, that is what I think Chanel should be today. So in fact, you should talk to Inès and not to me. She knows more about Chanel than I do. I just do the collection. I'm her assistant.
I think the image of Chanel is the same concept that Coco Chanel decided, but it had to be done with the new proportions and the nowadays style, and then that's what Lagerfeld, understood, and then it's the same kind of fabrics, very good quality fabrics, but new proportions, but also the same concept and the same. There's a lot of things that Coco Chanel invented and that we kept. Like also the little black dress, sweaters, pearls, chains with the bags, and so many things that one can keep and do a lot of things with them.
She found the right idea in the 50s to go away from the stiff designer concept of that period to something what was typically for the 50s, but easier, lighter, and in a way more modern for then, even if it was classic. And this was a very clever idea, an idea you can use in other proportions still today. For me, I don't think about Chanel when I do the change in the jewelry. I more think about Madonna, because I think the real updated young version of Chanel is Madonna. For the young, it's I think the strongest influence in the world to wear jewelry, to have fun, and to make everyday life less boring. Not that the fashion toys, you can play with it. You can make look everything different with it. You can use your clothes from 6 months ago and make it different with a chain and things. Toys for grown-up girls. Because I can make fashion only the way I see life, because fashion is life in a way. So I'm happy that you think there's some feeling of fun and it's not too boring. Who wants fashion to be boring? Chanel is all about label dressing, and people like it. For the moment, they like the name, so why are you not wearing it? We showed everything in the last 20 years, from the shortest to the longest, from the tightest to the largest. So you can play with everything, because there will never be one fashion again. There are all different ways to date it up and play with it. That's what it's all about, Fashion is today a spirit, not just a hemline story.
The story of Chanel is a story of fashion history. Coco herself said it best. Above all else, Chanel is a style. Fashion goes out of fashion. Style never. Today, that Chanel style lives on. Fragrance. It's every woman's luxury, and today, Chanel has added a new perfume to the fabled number 5 and number 19, Coco. Coco is a fragrance for the modern woman. Irreverent, elegant, flamboyant. Totally contemporary. A perfume